He watched his friends win, one by one. New jobs, new cars, happy photos, smiles that looked real. And him? Still stuck, still waiting, still wondering. Why not me? His name was Armand. Not special, not talented, not lucky. At least that's what he believed. Every morning he woke up with the same heavy feeling in his chest. Not pain, not exactly, just emptiness. He would grab his phone, scroll through social media, and there it was again. Another friend celebrating a promotion, another one traveling the world, another success story. And every time he saw those posts, something inside him quietly broke. He wasn't jealous. No, it was worse than that. He felt left behind. Armand tried. He really did. He applied for jobs, he learned new skills, he stayed up late watching motivational videos, telling himself, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow always felt the same. Rejections, silence, doubt. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and slowly he stopped trying as hard. Not because he was lazy, but because he was tired of hoping. One night, Armand sat alone in his small room. The lights were off, the world was quiet, but his mind, loud. What if I'm not good enough? What if I never make it? What if this is all my life will ever be? He looked at himself in the mirror, and for the first time, he didn't recognize the person staring back. Not because he had changed, but because he had lost belief. The next morning, something unusual happened. Armand didn't check his phone. He didn't scroll, he didn't compare. He just sat there, in silence. And for the first time in a long time, he asked himself a different question. Not, why am I failing? But, what am I doing wrong? That question changed everything. Armand realized something painful. He had been watching others succeed more than he had been working on himself. He was measuring his life using someone else's timeline, comparing his beginning to someone else's middle. And worst of all, he had started believing that success was something that happens to people instead of something people build. So he made a small decision. Not a big one, not a dramatic one, just a small step. That day he worked for 1 hour. No distractions, no overthinking, just focus. The next day, he did it again, and again, and again. It wasn't perfect. Some days he failed, some days he doubted himself again. But this time, he didn't stop. Weeks passed. Something started to change. Not outside, but inside. He felt a little stronger, a little more focused, a little more alive. He stopped checking what others were doing and started building something of his own. Slowly, quietly, consistently. One day, he got an email, a job offer. Not his dream job, not a huge salary, but it was something. For the first time in a long time, Armand smiled. Not because he had made it, but because he had finally moved forward. You see, success didn't come when he was watching others. It came when he stopped looking sideways and started looking within. Because the truth is, you're not behind. You're just distracted. You're not failing. You're just comparing. And you're not stuck. You're just waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. Armand still sees people succeed. He still sees those posts. But now, he doesn't feel broken. He feels inspired. Because he knows something he didn't know before. Everyone's story moves at a different speed.
And just because it's not your time yet, doesn't mean it's never coming. So if you feel like Armand, if you feel left behind, if you feel like everyone else is winning except you, listen carefully. Your story is not over. Your chapter is just beginning. Stop watching. Start building. Because one day, someone will look at your life and wonder, how did they make it?